Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for tuning in to the premiere video of Care Connect. We have a great episode ahead of us today. My name is Dale York. For those of you that don't know me, I am the owner of Nova Vets Connect Home Care. We're a licensed home care agency, and we serve Northern Virginia.
And I am Amanda Larose, owner of We Care Management, providing in-home care coordination and oversight in elders, as well as counseling services for elders and adults, either in person or by video or phone.
So a little background, Amanda and I recently came together to create Care Connect because we wanted to have the opportunity to bring elder care professionals, physicians, attorneys, therapists, social workers, and we wanted to have that opportunity to bring their knowledge directly to you.
We will be sharing unique and informative topics that will help people navigating the aging process, know who to turn to for specialized support and when. So thanks for joining us.
This is great, Amanda, and thanks for being here and kicking off our premiere episode.
I'm happy to.
So the little backstory. So Amanda and I were kind of going back and forth, and when you work in this environment, and probably any industry, there's a lot of abbreviations, there's vernacular, there's terminology, buzz phrases that not everybody really understands. One of the things we wanted to address today, it's a very simple question. What is care management? And a lot of people that are not in the healthcare or in the senior care industry might not really know what that means. So today we're going to do a very short video on what is care management. Obviously, this is what Amanda does. We Care Management has been very successful throughout the years in Northern Virginia. So we wanted to talk to you about care management. So Amanda, walk a viewer through some of the basics. What exactly is care management?
Care management is coordinating services for an elder person. So it's not just coordinating, it's even going before that and doing an in-person assessment. And this assessment really looks at the person as a whole and an individual. So, we really work to gain an understanding of what the person is experiencing as far as medical diagnoses, day-to-day functioning, their activities of daily living, how their home environment is, who they have for supports, what enjoyable activities do they have or used to have and maybe are no longer able to do them in the same way, what medications they're taking, what are their goals for the rest of their lives, whether it's to stay in their home or to take stress off of their children. And a lot of times we are working with the adult child or a responsible party to also gain some understanding from their perspective of what's going on with the older person. And from that assessment, what we do is we put together a list of recommendations. It can be recommendations for other services like home care services or a physician, a specialized physician, or an adult day program, even modifications to the home, and also, of course, ways that we can help. So one of the things that care managers do is help in taking the stress of coordinating everything and making sure that everything is running smoothly off of the responsible party or spouse or adult child, because it can be really overwhelming, and then it can have a negative effect on the relationship, whether it's a parent-child relationship or a spousal relationship. What we find is, if someone's being told what to do from a loved one, it can be really stressful on both sides. And so having an outside perspective like a care manager can really help with that. And we also are specialized in this and have education and clinical years of experience to be able to support individuals in navigating the aging process.
So a term that I've used or that I've heard used several times, Amanda, is a one-stop shop. So is it fair to say that, let's say a spouse, a loved one, maybe in state, out of state, look, we've got doctor's appointments, we've got tests that have to get done, maybe someone's getting up in the middle of the night and I'm not sleeping. And we've all heard this, like, gosh, who do I turn to? What do I do? You would be a great resource for that discussion.
Exactly. Yes, definitely. And not just a one-stop shop, but also the first step.
Mm.
So some people even use us in a proactive way when they know that someday they're going to have some struggles, some illnesses, and they are wanting to have a team of sorts, available so that when they start having those changes, it's not necessarily an emergency response and a reactive response. It's more proactive, where we can get to know the individual and who they are as a person, their supports, their preferences, those things, so that we can be that one-stop shop that's kind of with you throughout the future.
I know your services are just so important, even for people that live out of state, because that even makes it that much more difficult to coordinate care and everything else when their loved one is, potentially hundreds of miles away, right? So what better place than to call you and use you as that initial source?
Exactly. Yeah. So sometimes even we'll go to really important doctor's appointments, because then we can, for example, let's say someone's having forgetfulness and they need to go to the neurologist because they've been having a lot of significant changes in their memory, but the
Mm.
adult child who's kind of managing from afar, who lives, in New England or something, is really feeling like they should be there, but they can't. Um, or they have work, they have children, and it would be very difficult for them to come for a couple-hour appointment. We can help in that way, where we can kind of be that person, that consistent person that's there, who has the whole picture and can advocate for the needs and information, and then be that person to share the information with everyone involved, of course with the older person's permission and agreement, and which typically everyone's on the same page about that. But yeah, it's very, very helpful to take that logistical burden off of people who live far away.
And tell the people that that again, maybe they're not that familiar with your agency or your business and other care management organizations. How do you differ from some others that are here in Northern Virginia?
So typically, care managers tend to be nurses. They have a lot of medical background and experiences and education. And what I've found in the work that I do, because before opening this business 4 years ago, I worked in continuing care retirement communities as the director of social work. And so
Mm.
I was learning and, utilizing my skills in a way to help coordinate all the services in the building and advocate for the support of the residents. And so in my practice now, I've found that being a licensed clinical social worker really helps in the care management role, because we not only look at the medical side like a nurse would, but we also look at the mental health of an older person and caregivers. We also look at their day-to-day activities of interest. If they're
Mm.
starting to have visual problems and they can no longer read in the same way, that is a huge um, um, struggle to their overall well-being. And so what we can do is look at adaptive equipment, or maybe we get them audiobooks, those type of things, so that they still have that enjoyable activity that means so much to them and keeps their mind going and keeps them engaged. So I'm not saying that nurses don't have this ability to do this as well, but our education and experience is solely based on looking at the person as a whole. That is the foundation for social work education. And we also look at the environment. You know, COVID is so having such an impact on things right now and society. And so, you know, it's been a great benefit to be able to have that combination of the social work and care management and looking at the mental health needs of the individual, because a lot of times, for example, if someone is having forgetfulness, sometimes it could be because they're having an anxiety disorder and they're so worried and nervous and anxious that their physiological response is causing them to not be able to think clearly and remember things and keep track of things. And so it is kind of like what came first, the chicken or the egg, and that's what we can help figure out. But this is why I've hired all licensed clinical social workers in my company. And we have a mindfulness art facilitator who has an LCSW, who is able to bring a different activity to people in their homes that really helps them engage their mind, but also have that sense of peace. And a doctor of psychology who is able to do cognitive assessments right in the individual's home, and it's covered under insurance. So that's how we differ from other care management companies in Northern Virginia.
Oh, that's awesome. So I know there's a ton that you do, and obviously this is just a very brief snapshot of some of the services that We Care Management offers. When we post this video, we're going to put a link to everything in there. But if somebody wants to, just go online, if they want to go ahead and contact you, what's the phone number and website that they could go ahead and reach you at through?
So our website is wecaremanagement.com. And then our telephone number is 703-493-0467. I also encourage everyone to follow us on Facebook, because a lot of our blog posts and videos and events are geared towards mental health and navigating the aging process. And there's just a wealth of information on there as well. So when you're looking at our website, look for the Facebook icon and you can follow us there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Amanda, thank you. We got a lot of more videos coming, throughout the next couple of months. If you need to get in touch with myself, again, I'm the owner of Nova Vets Connect Home Care. You can reach us either phone number 703-909-1068, or you're welcome to go ahead and visit us online at novavetsconnect.com. Until next time, be safe, everybody. If you liked what you saw or heard, please feel free to share this video with your friends. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you, everyone.